Hello everyone, this is Vickie Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly tarot scopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Capricorn. Hi Capricorn. Welcome to the October of 2015 Tarot Scope and Animal Totem. I'm going to be using the Hanson Roberts deck for the tarot, and I'm going to be using my Animal Totem deck, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards that I created for the Animal Totem. Okay, let's get into it. What's going on with Capricorn for October of 2015? I think some of you are going to be going through some career things here. Money, career, these kind of things seem to be showing up. Yeah, this whole reading is about that. I mean, it's big time about, we've just come out of these eclipse time too in September. So there's been a lot of changes, you know, everybody's been changing. This is kind of the month of the dust is settling. That's what I've been telling people. I just want to stand up real quick and make sure that we can see everything. And we could possibly go up a little higher, like right about there. Okay. Yeah, so changes in the career, but for you it looks like it's kind of a good one, you know. I mean, there's some cards up here too. I want to tell everybody too, I don't always pick up every single card one at a time. That's not how I read. It's just like I say in the book, the cards tell a story. I said this in the video that I did on tarot reading. You know, it tells a story, and I think it really is disjointed by picking up every card. I may pick up a card and kind of emphasize it, but really we're just looking at the big picture. I do see every single card that's thrown out. I'm not discounting it, but maybe I'm just talking about it. I don't have to, I have my own way of doing it. I've been doing this for a very long time, well over 30 years, so this is just how I do it, okay? Alright, so looks like there's some offers coming for you with money here. There's money cards all over the place. They're just everywhere. So a lot of you are going to be getting an offer for maybe a new job, or maybe an increase in your employment, or maybe you're going to sell something. You know, this is a weird thing. I don't think I've ever noticed this really on this card, but what's standing out to me are these flowers, this flowery embroidery thing around this kid's neck. So I don't know if that's like maybe some of you are going to Hawaii, you're going to get, you know, a lei put on you, but I don't know. It's more like, it seems like it's embroidery or something. And it almost reminds me of those. I mean, it's October, maybe it's Oktoberfest, although I think it's in September really. But you know, maybe they wear those kind of vests and those you know, those traditional European dancing, or you know, the St. Pauli girl kind of costumes and things like that. So I don't know why that just kind of popped at me. Anyways, so yeah, some of you, you know, this is a change that's going to be welcome, because it seems like you've been in stressed out and carrying this heavy burden, and it's been kind of difficult. You know, you've been having some difficulties. Another thing that just stood out to me, I don't think I've ever noticed that. I don't know if we can even get it on camera. Above this castle, above the doorway, there's a crest there. Like a, what are those, shield or a crest? I don't think I've ever noticed that. That just kind of flew right off the card there for a minute. So I don't know. Maybe your family shield or crest if you have one. Maybe some of you, maybe you're already living in Europe or Bavaria. Is that even still a country, or Bavarian? Or maybe some of you are going to be traveling to those countries where there are castles like that if you don't live in that area. Or even if you live in that area, maybe you don't make it, you know, maybe you're going to go there as a, you know, trip. Maybe if you live in Europe, but maybe you don't always go and visit the castles, you know. It might be sort of considered a touristy thing to do. But, and again, there's the man's home is the castle, too. Boy, I'm getting a lot off of this card, boy. these purple things behind, I know they're supposed to be mountains, but it almost seems like, it's moving. It's so crazy. So I don't know, are those like movement of growth of flowers blooming? Because those colors, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a bomb, like a big smoke bomb. I mean, maybe, but that's not really, it feels good. So that's just some weird stuff that I'm picking up, but maybe it has relevance out there for somebody. But the bottom line is you've been carrying this heavy load, you've been carrying this heavy burden, and it's time to make a change, and there's going to be opportunities to make a change for this. The Page of Pentacles brings news of abundance. He brings news of money. And then it shows down here we've got money cards everywhere. Increase, increase, more money, more money. Some of you may be getting like a lump sum to go to school or something like that, like a grant or a student loan or an endowment. Some of you may get in a job where they're going to pay for your education. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Like maybe they're going to pay for your education or pay to send you away for this training or something like that. With the Ace of Rods here, it does feel new, new, new. And I want to say that you're not too old. You know, no matter what age you are, you don't have to be in your early 20s of college age to do this. You're never too old to stop learning. I feel like there's learning involved. I feel like it helps your career. I feel like it furthers your career. It's a new, new, new thing. The old thing over here is not good. This whole section is kind of the old thing, and it does seem to surround this Knight of Rods. Now, I mean, excuse me, King of Rods. So he's in reverse, and he's surrounded by all this stuff. He, she, whatever. I never put gender on these cards in these general readings, but this just seems like it's been a drag for a while. It's been a burden for a while, and a lot of it is. I think this person can be kind of crass and say really hurtful things and stuff. Now, we just had an eclipse. We haven't had it yet by the time I'm recording this, but by October we will have just had an eclipse in Aries towards the end of September. And he is fire. You know, that's Aries is fire. So it could be something around that eclipse time. That could just be the straw that breaks the camel's back with this Ten of Rods up here. You know, you've been suffering for a while. You're not getting ahead. You're not getting the achievement that you want. So it's time to get busy, you know, get busy living or get busy dying almost, I want to say. World in Reverse is in the spread. Now, that's a great card. So, there's more out there than you're even seeing. I feel like the World in Reverse is not the opposite. Like, some cards are the opposite. Like, say, Ace of Rods. It's a new beginning that gets started. Ace of Rods in Reverse, new beginning doesn't get started. Like, sometimes it's just the exact opposite, upright and reverse. World, I don't feel that's the case. I feel like World is too good of a card to be diminished. I don't feel like it can ever be diminished. It's only our perception of it. It's only that we don't see this world as for all it could really be, or we don't see the full potential, or we're not, maybe it can't be seen from this vantage point, especially with the Ace of Rods here. Sometimes we're just at the beginning of this road, and we can't see where it's going to lead us. Who knows how big it could be. So I feel like that you're really getting in on something that could be huge. There does seem to be some sort of schooling, education, furthering your knowledge, whether it's just maybe, you know, whatever, in-house training, you know, on-the-job training kind of thing like that. It's time to get back into action and get on this. I think that you've been miserable for a while in some of the aspects of this. This could also have to do, if it's Pentacles, you know, so, and then this thing on the castle was standing out to me, so I want to say that it could be like property. And note that the King of Pentacles, the card that I'm using to represent you, also has a castle in the background there. So that sometimes when those castles are showing up, that could be property. Maybe you've had bad neighbors for a long time and you've been putting up with it, and you're just like, screw it, I'm gonna buy another house, I'm gonna move, or I'm gonna move, and it's not to buy a house, I'm gonna rent another apartment, I'm gonna, you know, I'm deciding that I'm gonna move. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of, you know, the status quo is just not cutting it. That's the big thing I'm getting out of this too. The status quo is just not going to cut it anymore. And I feel like that eclipse has really shown you that. It's just like, you know what, I've had enough. I can see now, you know, Capricorns, like I say, how they'll eat the tin can with the goat. Capricorns, you know, often will stick in there to the bitter end. A lot of times that's one of the downfalls of Capricorn, is that we stay longer than we should have. You know, you do it in relationships, you do it in jobs, you do it in all walks of life. You know, you're not one to cut and run easily. You know, this isn't about cutting and running. This is about cutting your losses, and enough's enough already. You know, you've been living in misery or having this burden for too long, and you're here. I mean, you're the king. You're perfectly capable, and you're next to the world. There's opportunity here that's perfectly wonderful for you to make some big strides, you know, do something different. Now, Saturn, I'm telling a lot of people about Saturn. We talked about it in Sagittarius's reading and Scorpio's reading, because they're affected directly. It's moving out of their sign, or it did, you know, and into the next sign just recently. But Saturn is important to you too, because it's your ruling planet. Saturn rules Capricorn. So when Saturn makes a move, it changes your life too. And that applies as well as if you're a Capricorn rising, because then if you're a Capricorn rising, Saturn rules your chart. Okay? So the Capricorns are going to feel this shift of energy too, of the Saturn changing sign. From real serious, mysterious, deep, dark Scorpio into lighthearted, forward-thinking Sagittarius energy. So I feel like us Capricorns are going to get a little boost of that. And you know, Sagittarius, where Saturn has moved to, is also the ruler of higher education. And I keep feeling like there's going to be some schooling or some higher education or some higher learning involved here too. For some of you too, this could be, maybe there's something that you already did go to school for. Way back when, like you have a college degree, and it's just like, well, a lot of good this does me. I never used it. Maybe you had a course of study back when you were in college, if you're beyond that point, that you did study, but maybe you didn't use. So now it's might saying, well, maybe with this a little brushing up, or you know, updating your skills a little. That's what I want to say about. That's what I'm really trying to say. Updating your skills is going to open up this whole new career path. But maybe it's not even new. Maybe it's something you always wanted to do, but then you kind of got locked into this long career of this other thing, and you know, you just said, well, I'm too old to, that was fine when I was, you know, a college kid, but now I have responsibilities, or blah, 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 blah. You know, excuses to stay in a bad situation. So, or, you know, well, why should I move now? My kids are grown. My house is almost paid for. Why should I bother moving now? Or, you know, all these sorts of things. You're never too young to start a new beginning here. You're older and wiser, and you're going to move forward. Even if you're not at that age, if you're a younger person, you know, this is saying the king says you have a level of mastery. You know, that you are, and Capricorns, when you're young, you are older anyway. We're always the oldest. You know, the younger Capricorns are real serious and stuff usually when they're younger. I think Saturn and Sag is really going to help Capricorns to lighten up and see the big picture and kind of relieve a burden for us Caps. I think it's going to be a really good energy. Certainly looks like a great month financially. If you're thinking about moving, you're thinking about a new career, you're thinking about school, this is the time to do it. Okay, let's get into the animal totem. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys a few things. I got a couple messages. So please stay tuned, and I'll be right back with the animal totem for Capricorn. Okay, be right back. Hi everyone, your animal totem card is going to be coming up in just a minute, but I wanted to take a quick second just to tell you about a few things, including the Soul's Journey video reading, which is really cool and a lot of people are really liking it. It's based on your chart. It's a video reading. You don't have to wait for an appointment. You can watch it over and over again. It's good forever. It talks about past lives, your karma, why you're here, what are you doing here, what are you here to learn, and it's all from your chart in a video format that's very interesting. And be sure to check out some of my other channels, including my children's channel. If you have children or you enjoy children's videos and things, please check it out. There's the Green Glen Gang, and I'm working on a new series that I'm trying to develop right now and get together. As well as I have my other music channel, on YouTube, Vickie Creative Shorts, where I have lots of original music that I would love to see be recorded, including a Christmas song that I wrote. I would love for somebody to record my Christmas song, so please check it out. I think I'll put a link. And of course, we're coming into the holiday season. It's a great time to gifts for yourself or for other people. Check out the Redbubble shop that I have. There's lots of merch with different musical, and the mandalas are on there. And you could, there's all sorts of great things on there that would make excellent gifts and unique gifts for people that you love. And of course, this deck here, you can find that under my Tapestry of Life page, and that is the Animal Oracle Beast Mistress card, which is also available. And if you're trying to learn tarot, of course, Tarot in the Modern World is a great book to get. It's a companion guide for the tarot readings that I do, and it gives not only the cards, but how they relate to other cards. Very easy to understand and very inexpensive. Okay, back to the animal totem. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look. What is the animal totem going to be for Capricorn? I have more than one card there. I won't do it unless I only have one card. Oh, I did it again. 2 cards. Got it. Ooh, the ox. Ooh, I love this card. You know, I want you to take a look at it. I always put it on the screen because I want people to look at it. Because it was my intention when I created this deck that there be messages in these cards here too. Let me read what I wrote first here originally, and then we will get on to incorporating it in the reading, and there's some other things I want to talk about in this card. Strength, endurance, patience, perseverance, or no, presence. But perseverance would be good too, but presence. Clearing of karma, anticipating, accepting what is. Standing strong, plowing through. Elimination creates space for magic. Elimination creates space for magic. And again, it's like that you're not too old or anything. Well, one of the things about this ox energy is he's got the horns, just like the goat. And Aries the ram, and the Capricorn the goat does in astrology. He's a horned creature. You know, I should have put smoke coming out of his nose, because I definitely feel that. And I hear him grunting when I look at this card. Well, you'll have it on the screen. It's just like, and smoke coming out of his nose. Like, so many times I kept trying to cut down. I have like a bunch. I've got enough for like 3 decks of these animal cards. You know, all these animals were showing up. It was so crazy at that time. I don't know if some of you, if you were watching me then, I was doing an astrology video and the hawk crashed into the window. I mean, stuff like that was happening constantly. Because, you know, these animals were showing up that wanted to be in the deck, you know. And I kept trying to eliminate Ox, and boy, he just would not let me get rid of him. I was like, well, I could take Ox out. I kept, you know, I'll take this one out, I'll take that one out. And this Ox energy is staying power. And that's the power of Saturn. So, you know, Saturn, in these new cycles, when you start something on a Saturn transit, these are things that are going to be long-lasting. These are things that are going to be last for at least 7-8 years, a quarter or half turn to Saturn, but more likely 27 to 28 years. And you have the wherewithal to make a new beginning, no matter what your age is. You've got the strength of the ox here to get through it, you know. And so I feel like this is a great card that came up for you. Like, you know, don't count yourself out. The ox card, he would not let me count him out. Don't count yourself out. Or, you know, if you're thinking of changing majors because maybe the job prospects don't look too good in the field that you really want to be involved in. You know, anything, this is more like what you really want. It's never too late, but if you're at a younger age where this is going on now, don't go for something that you hate just because it's going to be a higher paying job. That's not going to work in the long run. Don't let yourself be counted out. Don't let yourself be demeaned by these people either. You know, Ox, he's a badass, man. He's a badass mofo here. You know, he's like, you're going to get rid of me? I don't... You know, he like stomps and he grunts, and I can see the smoke coming out of his nose. It's like, I'm not going, you think you're going to push me around? You're not pushing this guy around, okay? Okay. Alright, Cap. Well, listen, thank you guys all for donating and liking and sharing and commenting. I do always read all the comments. I don't often reply. I'll usually try to kind of reply in videos, further future videos, if there's questions asked. But everything you do to support this channel, this really helps. I just noticed that you can't see these cards, but that's what they were. I'm doing this a little later in the day, and the light is a little weird, but I'm trying to get them all out there for you. But thanks all for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, donating. Donations make a huge difference and make it possible for me to keep doing these free videos. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month. I'll talk to you soon.